nothing but a shit show. And if you don't give a fuck what people say, you're better off, really. If I gave a fuck what people thought about me, Jesus Christ. Onto it, let's fucking wrestle. Fuck you and your goddamn 4 tits. I will poke your fucking tits out. I will bash you in the head, and I will, I'll bring you down the street, bitch. Let's fight. Maybe that's why I got told no a lot. Maybe that's why I didn't get the big money or anything like that, because I basically told everyone to fuck off. Listen, asshole. Yo!
Every time. Listen, asshole. I know you're talking to me. Here we are.
No, that doesn't mean I'm always talking to you when I say, hey, asshole.
Hey, asshole. No, it isn't.
Welcome everybody to the show.
Paving the
Paving the
Way.
Way.
Yes.
Are we on True One Sport again? Or True Sport 1?
No, we're not on One True Sport, but we do have their logo because they are a friend of the Madusa show.
Oh, he's a friend, all right. He did that video.
Our background has not been modified, but we are tonight on the Queen of Carnage YouTube channel, your Twitch channel, ma'am, and of course the Madusa Rocks X channel. Shout out to our friends Paul, Marcus, Dominic over at One True Sport.
Yeah, and can we give a big hands for the fucking mods?
Yes, the mods are here from the Twitch channel. Obviously, life has been busy, so things are happening, and Madusa and I have a couple of announcements to that. No, the show is not going away. We're just maybe having to be more flexible with the schedule. That's all. What are you drinking?
Water.
Is it real water? Is it red dye water?
Well, it's not toilet water.
Is it red dye-less water?
No, it's blue methyl water, whatever that is.
Yeah, so this is in this glass, because she hates when I bring them on the show, a prime red, white, and blue bomb pop. Over
I don't care how many times you go to the gym or how many times you work out. Every time you drink that shit, you take 10 steps back, period.
So I did 45 minutes on the elliptical machine, and I was super genius in the whole time about what we're going to do tonight.
Oh, is that what it is? You're super genius? Yeah. Well, come on. Yeah. Come on, Einstein. Let's rock this shit.
So, cruise a couple weeks ago. It looked like a rock.
Yeah, we went on the Rock Legends cruise.
Yeah, there you go. Tell us about the rock and roll cruise.
Rock Legends cruise. It was good. Our first time on the Rock Legends for that themed cruise. And it was Alice Cooper, Eagles, one of the guitar players that played with the Eagles, Styx, a couple other bands. It was really, really good. Now, I never was an Eagles fan. Okay, y'all can shoot me. Go ahead, whatever. I never listened to the Eagles. I was like, it wasn't thrashing enough. I was a 80s head-banging 80s chick. So, and the Eagles were way too mellow. But I'm telling you, when I was on this cruise, and what's his name? Fed? I can't remember the guitar player, but he had a really nice like a concert, but not a Q&A, but he told stories. And this man was absolutely amazing. And I sat there in awe. Like, he captivated me, and I was like so enthralled with what he was talking. Now, there's very few people that when they speak, they listen, and when he speaks to you. He doesn't talk at you. And that's what I felt about this gentleman. And he was just incredible. And all of a sudden I have this new profound love for the fucking Eagles. It's like, okay, Eagles are cool. And I love their music. And when he told the stories about each song and how it came about and where they were, how they wrote it, just two guys talking, throwing lyrics, or it was on the shitter or whatever. It was just amazing. So yes, that was our first time on Rock Legends. It was really great. My husband and I really enjoyed it. It was way too short. But now we're going to get to this next. So I leave for New York tomorrow for the world premiere of Queen of the Ring, which we'll get into. But then as soon as I get home on Wednesday, we hop in the car and we go on another cruise, which is Monsters of Rock. Now, Monsters of Rock is total insane. It's fast paced. It's 30 rock and roll 80 bands and some newcomers and all of this other stuff. And so that's one of our favorites. Again, 80s bands. You got Slaughter, you got Tesla, you've got and blah 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 blah. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. And then we got a couple more cruises this year. We're just cruise people. And but next year we're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna do like a cruise to Alaska. We'll definitely do Monsters of Rock, and then we'll probably go to Japan, or I want to go to Greece or go to Italy and spend, like 14, 15 days there or something. So that's the plan. That's where we're at. And it's so much fun. So now, get back here, Red. We're going to talk about Queen of the Ring real quick. Then we'll go over some of
Yes.
the merch on the website, some of the things I got coming up. Go to my website, Madusa.com. Go to the appearance page. Things are up there. You'll see where I'm coming up. And also, don't forget your book right here. The Woman Who Would Be King, forward by Paul Heyman. And very exciting. Someone wrote something on one of my Instagram pages, and it was really cute. They said, I put out quotes every so often. I go through this phase and I put out quotes on my X account. And I put out one, and one said, "Oh my God, Deuce, you should just have your own little quote book." And I'm like, I like that. I like that a lot. So I think that's what I might do. It inspired me. Let's just say that inspired me. So anyway, I said, she goes, the lady said, did you quote that in the book? And I said, I believe I did, about failure is not a destination.
Right.
It's a blueprint. And that's always been my phrase. I just came up with it years ago and I stick with it. And it's a true statement. You cannot take failure as a destination. It's just your path to success. So, and so I thought that was cool. I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty sure I did put it in the book, but I'll have to go back and look. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And I know my mods would love that, saying that it's in the book.
So you have said that to me offline several times, and
Have I?
it's very interesting. It's a beautiful segue where failure is not a blueprint or a destination; it's a blueprint for success. Because there was a woman named Mildred Burke, who, as we call this show, Paving the Way, certainly had quite the influence in what would become women's wrestling. And didn't even wrestle women, from what I gathered in some of the research.
She
Madusa.
wrestled about 200 men.
Yeah.
She was a shooter. Like, she was a shooter. Like, the shooter. Like, I would have loved to have known her, like, back in my day, because people always said I work stiff and I shot on them a lot. Well, when they got a hand and they were stupid, I'd fucking crank it, right? So anyway, Mildred was that way. And I would have loved to have met her. She was born in what, 1923 or just something.
And lived till 1989, where she died of an older age, but obviously a very interesting story. She was the NWA Women's Champion for about 20 plus years. Had a husband who, and I don't want to ruin the movie, but
she was not NWA. It ruined her chance to go into the NWA.
Oh, okay. I thought she was recognized as the NWA Women's Champion, and then he blackballed her.
There was a lot of controversy.
Again, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. Well,
there's a lot of controversy. You just have to go do your homework. But she did. She would shoot fights. She wrestled 200 men, and she couldn't get women opponents. Finally, with all of this going on, and she met Billy Wolf, and she inspired so many. In fact, she inspired Moolah to wrestle. And that Moolah, saw her or heard about her, and it's because of her the reason why Moolah wanted to wrestle.
But why are we talking about Mildred Burke, ma'am?
Why are we? Because there's a beautiful story about this woman. It's called Queen of the Ring, which her son wrote. wrote this book, and it was very well done. The director Ash, I was like, oh my god, I believe he really loves wrestling, and he does, and I was just tipped my hat off to him, and he did everybody behind the scene with Ash did a remarkable job, and the the lady, I mean, just the lead actress herself was so amazing. She had me in awe. She worked hard, she worked out, she worked hard. I mean, those are her real arms. And I mean, Emily, what's her Emily Bet? I can't say her name right. But she was incredible, incredible. And every actor, actress in there worked their ass off. Now, I'm very dear to my heart. You know, we had Camille Brickhouse, which is Kaylee. Um, she got a regular part in this movie, guys. Incredible, and I was so blown away by Kaylee's acting that she was a natural. She was June Byers, right? So, without giving it away, guys, I mean, first of all, it hits March um
Fourth.
7. Well, it's available across nationwide on the 7th, but the 4th is
Seven.
our premiere, correct, in New York. But I'm gonna tell you, after she got going and she found, Mae Young and a couple of the others, and here comes, June Byers. Holy shit. And the story between these two, mm, 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 mm. There's a lot more that's not in the movie and probably not in the book, only because if the people are in the business, there's a lot, you know, just that we keep we'll keep on the other side, and there's certain things that'll go in movies and books, just that's the way it is.
Yep.
But it's so much respect for everyone that did this, and whoever casted this, they casted correctly. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wish Kaylee the best. I hope this is a huge start for her and for a future. Definitely.
Well,
Eh,
and I'll take the banner down for a minute, but you are going to be part of a guest panel,
yes.
looks like,
Yes.
with Trish and Lita,
Mhm.
but Jazz and
Mm.
yourself. No
Yes.
offense to Trish and Lita, but from what I understand of Mildred Burke, Jazz and Madusa are far more in line than Trish and Lita were.
Yeah, I mean,
And
in all fairness, though, to Trish and Lita, I mean, Mildred Burke is the start and the example of the golden era. She and them, June Byers, Mae Young, Mula, they were the golden era. Period. Hands down. And then after that, there was a filtration of, women starting to come out and another era, basically, which got kind of convoluted and just whatever. And then it started again, I feel like, when he really pushed the women, and it was when he brought Alundra in and started a whole women's division and the whole tournament, and he really wanted that again and really spoke highly, and just he really did at that time. But to their defense on Trish and Lita, though, is that every era has its pinnacle point of change or doing better for the business, even though if there's some adversities involved in it, or whatever. There's going to be things that every generation will take from the prior generation, hopefully, and use it for that, filter out whatever, and kick it in 10 times, tenfold. And that's the beauty and the brilliance, which we're going to end up talking about in the future, where we're at today with the elimination chamber. Elimination Chamber,
you
yes,
got
which
it
was
right.
on.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And so I think everything is history has a way of repeating itself. Am I right?
You are 100% correct.
It does.
History has a way, and wrestling as a whole is cyclical.
Yeah.
It ebbs and it flows.
Yep.
Madusa unfortunately had timing not on her side. When you come to the United States and you're part of one of the greatest factions in wrestling history, it's during one of the worst times from a financial,
Yes.
spectacle, fans, shows
Yeah.
time. You
But see, I
have
don't
Arn
think too many
Anderson,
people
Rick
realize
Rude,
what you just
Heyman,
said.
you. The time killed the Dangerous Alliance, along with Bill Watts. But the Dangerous Alliance had every possibility to be considered one of the greatest factions in wrestling history. Had it
Mhm.
been dropped into 1986 in Jim Crockett Promotions to
Oof.
compete with the Horsemen, had it been dropped into 1998 as part of the Attitude Era, could you imagine a healthy Rick Rude, Steve Austin, Arn Anderson, Madusa, probably not Zabisco because he's out golfing, but Bobby,
All
along
of
with
them in there.
Heyman, dropped right into the beginnings of the Attitude
How
Era. My
about
point is
fast forward towards the bloodline?
the bloodline. Timing matters.
Yep.
Timing matters. And so while you have 7 Hall of Famers undeniably in that faction, it didn't last a year.
No, but it was that powerful that people still talk about it today in that little time. So, I mean, again, so back to, the women and the transforming and where we're at today. So on that panel, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great to see everybody, to meet the cast in person, to walk the red carpet, to do press, to do the panel, to do Q&A. I'm just elated. I am so thankful that they chose me to go there.
Are you not taking the Sarge with you to walk the red carpet?
Oh, this is a turn and burn, baby. No. And he hates morning flights. He always cusses like, Dad, we're up at 3 in the morning to catch a goddamn flight. Rah. So,
Do you
but
guys
he gets these that he's very supportive. And he's just like, yeah, turn and burn, you go. Okay. But it's a lot easier for me too to concentrate because I think about him when I'm doing things. Is he okay? Is he got food? Is he blah, blah, blah. And then if he goes, that means our dog goes. Then I know my dog's in the hotel. And then I sit there and think about the dog and I'm worried.
Mhm.
Sometimes mama, the wife needs to go do her job.
Got you.
Yeah.
No, I just wondered if he was going with you to walk the red carpet because I had heard you say earlier you were going, but you
Yeah.
didn't say Sarge was headed with you.
No,
Um,
quick turn and burn. In fact, Jazz and I are going to be on the red carpet there together going out.
that'd be cool. That'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jazz also has a very fun story, interesting story. Great trainer, married to Red Dog,
Oh
Rodney
my
Mack.
God. I love her husband. He is
Oh,
so real. So real.
that's what I'm saying. They are, and they are incredible wrestling trainers. Very
Yeah.
good. But a question, real quick, Madusa from M. When is it released? We did say M, and you may have just missed it. The premiere is March the 4th.
Yeah.
The world premiere availability is March 7th. So that is for Queen of the Ring, excuse me.
Yeah.
And
March 7th worldwide. Yeah. Or I mean,
worldwide.
nationwide.
Yeah, nationwide. Yeah, so you'll be able to see it. It's going to be a great movie. There's been a lot of investment, a lot of research based on what
Oof.
I've seen that they did to get this all correct.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a wrestling movie. We're all wrestling fans. Who doesn't want to see that? Plus, it's about the empowerment of women. And
Well,
because of
not just
people,
that. I'm gonna make something clear here, though. Red, listen to this. It's something that I spoke about, and I hope that whoever makes another movie with a woman involved in the next one or the next one, that they're going to be able to slowly peel back that onion and start revealing some more of the truth, deep truth. And I think as we go further and we make these movies, and each generation gets older or they're gone, I think that people become more comfortable to tell those stories. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, but I want my book in a movie way before I'm dead. I want to be able to sit there and help and work on that on the set and, kind of like J.K. what was it? J.K. Rawlings did,
Mhm.
and so I think it's I think it's very, very, very important because after this, there was movies though. There was Lipstick and Dynamite. If no one has seen Lipstick and Dynamite, you need to check out that movie. And then there's a movie called The Wrestler, and then the not ham what's that one about peanut butter? Oh, what's guys with Jake was in it, Foley was in it, peanut butter. It was so good. Guys, it was so good. Um peanut Oh, you guys, come on. Look at all
I
these
don't know
guys.
what. I have no idea what movie.
Anyway, so there's a lot of movies that just tell an amazing story. Oh, and the Iron Claw. I mean, guys, it's just there's so much to be told out there. Peanut butter. No. You guys are so stupid. Oh my god, peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter falcon, whoever that was, you're smart. Thank you. Um so anyway, take a look, watch all the movies. They're going to be great, and there's going to be probably a bunch more coming, hopefully.
Oh,
So there's that. I think we hit everything so far that we wanted to open up about. Do you want to just jump in, or do you have something to say?
the only thing I was going to say is to your point about peeling the onion back. It's going to be painful for some folks, and
Yeah, I promised you in my movie, there's going to be probably more things revealed than there is in the book. Yeah.
the Vince McMahon movie is going to be 20 movies because we can't talk.
Each chapter is going to be a movie.
We can't talk on this show without talking about Vince. But in all seriousness,
Vince was good to me until he let me go. So there's that.
In all seriousness, Mildred Burke paving the way, along with people like Madusa, led to last night the Elimination Chamber in Toronto, Canada. 38,500 fans in Toronto. Wrestling is hot again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there is a hotter woman in the world, at least to Big Red, than that one right there.
Oh God, when she came out, I popped.
So
dude, I popped like I would. Yep. Oh, that would be it.
Watched the show last night. They have the Elimination Chamber. Out comes Bianca, and out comes Naomi, and out comes Bailey and Liv and Roxanne and Alexa. Well, then out comes Jade, who has been absent.
But that was a little bit later. So I like the build up to it. Okay, so the build up, I love how they start like, so Alexa Bliss, everyone before, and I loved how Alexa Bliss came in, and then Liv came out of nowhere and did that pin, and I loved how when Liv was just laying there, it was like a natural, and she's just like, bye bye, see you later, and then I started, and then I believe, yeah, babe.
Did you see my text?
Hold on.
Look at my text.
Okay, hold on. Oh, no, not yet.
Yeah, you need to do that.
Okay. I got summoned a note. So anyway, if you're listening, I just want to say happy birthday to Jaker. He's one of my number one fans out there. Happy birthday, Jaker. And I guess I'll see you soon at one of my signings. Okay. So circle back. Okay, Chamber. So the women. I thought it was good. I love that. And here comes Cargill. Whew. When she hit and she was coming out for Liv, I knew it was going to be a swerve because I was watching Naomi and she's like she was getting ready for this, right? And boy, there was one thing impressive. Whatever Cargill was doing, she was having some closed door training or silent because she wasn't timid this time. She came in like she owned it. She came in hitting. She didn't give a flying AF. And it was awesome. It was noticeable. So whatever this was, I hope it carries on with Jade.
Yeah, so I agree with you and all of that. Cargill comes out before the match, eliminates Naomi, beat the brakes off of her. But to your point, more importantly, Cargill's been criticized for being green as grass, not knowing what she's doing, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, somebody's been working with her. Maybe
Yes.
Ricky Stark's one of her best friends. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to start that rumor. It could be. I'm just saying, folks. But the bottom line is, Jade Cargill, more than anything, has a magnetism about her that people
Mm.
are drawn to. And
She's a
yesterday,
star. She walks
for the
into a room.
for the first time in her career, in my mind, Madusa, she owned the wrestling ring. It isn't
Yeah.
about owning the camera or the room yesterday. She owned the wrestling ring, and you got
That's the
5
first
women.
time it's happened for her, though, since she's been there, I felt.
Correct. I agree with you. And you have 5 women because she's been a follower. She's been attached to Bianca and that sort of thing. Yesterday, it was hers. And you got 5 women watching her do this beatdown, and they don't know whether to shit or wind their watch because this is the Jade Cargill that WWE is going to make into an enormous star, in my opinion.
Oh, God, I hope so. I hope this is the buildup between, Charlotte and Jade winning the title.
I hope that Bianca was actually behind it all and turns heel. Because right now, I cannot get in it. Well, this is a blurry picture, unfortunately, but look at that face, that stance. She's beat the shit out of Naomi, and then she's just standing there. That's what I mean when I say she realizes how important her presence is because she's got the look. And if she can get the wrestling part of it down and she owns the moment, this woman, the sky is the limit for. We're
No,
talking
she's
levels
the
of
next takeover.
yes,
She's the next face.
yeah, Rhea,
Of
Charlotte, Becky,
Mhm.
Bailey. She can be in that type of and Bianca. She can be in that type of conversation in the WWE.
Oh,
I think.
man. I just love the whole entrance. The storm is coming. Storm and oh my gosh. I mean, hey, I don't know if she learned that from Trump or what, but get it? Storm? Never
No,
mind.
she's always done the white hair.
I know.
Funny. But of course, we get Bianca winning. Beautiful. She hit her move, wins in the middle of the ring with the KOD. And then of course we get what you love. That's why I included
I
it.
do. I wish I could have that we've never had that. I wanna do that one time.
But you get what I'm saying. They're pointing at the sign because
Mhm.
to your point, Medusa, everything is about WrestleMania, and WWE knows how to take a very broad message and make it very singular into one thing. And they do it better than anybody in
Mm.
terms of the marketing and reminding everybody it's WrestleMania, WrestleMania. And we're 60 days from WrestleMania
Yeah.
or 50, whatever. And that's what you're going to hear over and again is WrestleMania, WrestleMania. Um,
Mm-mm.
now for the letdown match. Tiffy Time and Trishy Time took on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Shockingly, Candice LeRae did not take the pin as expected.
Mm.
And Trish didn't get the pin either. Tiffy Time hits the prettiest moonsault ever. The name of her finish, not me calling it that. And she wins. And she wins the match. She is pretty clear to me, Madusa, and I want your thoughts on this. They're trying to strap the proverbial rocket ship to Tiffany Stratton. She beats
Again,
Nia
I
for the
think too
title.
fast. Yeah.
I was going to say, just lay it out real quick. She beats Nia for the title. She beats Bailey clean. Now she's teaming with Trish in Toronto. Trish being the icon, face of the women's wrestling in the early 2000s in her home city that she owns. Tiffy gets the pin, not Trish. What does that indicate to you about what WWE is trying to do with her to get her ready for Charlotte?
I think it's building her up, making her name even bigger, stronger, trying to prove to everyone that she is this or she is all of that if, um, given an opportunity. However, I need to see her in more single matches, carrying the weight. I need her in longer single matches to get a more serious side out of her than just cotton candy. Um, but she is I've said this, guys. She is fast tracking. She's fast tracked. And for a reason that the company sees fit, they need that for whatever. So, um, I think a little bit of, there's about a handful of categories of women in the women's division. Um, so it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. When I'm just honestly, my style, I mean, the girls are all nice person. This is nothing personal. This isn't, one-on-one or anything. But as a spectator and watching, my flavor is a woman that walks in and owns it and has that aura, that charisma, something that is not pushed on you, but yet you can feel it when she walks in. If it's in her wrestling style or her promos or, just walking into the room, that's the kind of women I want to see wrestle and own, the matches. When something is too pushed on me and forced, um, I seem to shy away from that. It pisses me off more type of thing. And I don't care. But I want to see, um, I think I look past, like, this isn't, I don't like this style. I mean, some great moves that she has, but it doesn't do anything for me. This style reminds me of the Attitude Era girls, so to speak. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. It was just that was the era and that time of all of that, right? So, I love more of your kick ass. I come here to make the meal, to serve it, and to clean you up with it, right? And that's what I think we're going to get. I could see out of a Cargill, and I'd rather see Cargill and freaking Charlotte, really, than anybody right now. Anyone. Um, I just think that's good. That to me excites me. That to me excites me. I would go to a WrestleMania and watch Cargill, and if Cargill continues to do what she's doing down the path in her style and get stronger and freaking own it. Oh yeah. I can't wait to hear her on the mic. Hopefully everything is getting better. Yeah.
Yeah, she brings that swagger and presentation. I agree with you. I think Tiffany is being pushed to the limit, to the moon, however you want to say it. And here is a photo of why I would say this. This is Toronto, Canada. This
Well,
is Trish.
again, just the same blueprint of what
Yeah,
happened to Trish and how she was pushed upon everybody at that time. And they're only, I guess, there was so many beautiful women, don't get me wrong, but the one that they chose to market and go with, that's just the way it is, people. It was the timing, right? Isn't that what you said? It's timing.
Yes, timing matters. My point was Trish is standing behind her so she can raise the title, pointing at her, kind of giving her that rub that you're looking for, the endorsement, if you will, from another women's champion that obviously had a lot of success, notoriety, still being used today at 45 or 46 years old.
50.
Is she that old? I don't know. She's getting the
I don't
phone
know.
call. So next up, stepped in chewing gum, Kevin Owens, as Madusa once called him, takes on Sami Zayn in a lights out unsanctioned match. Kevin is a very nice person in life, but Medusa's not sure about her character, if I remember that line correctly. You love me. So we get a barbed wire steel chair. We get a little power bomb action.
Yeah.
But more importantly to the story, because it's over, we get the 14-time world champion, Randy
Of course.
Orton.
And they popped like a mofo.
Yeah, so Orton has been off television following the package pile driver. Pretty clear we're going to get Orton and Owens at WrestleMania. Randy Orton, I think, Madusa, has become he was a natural. You talk about Dustin Rhodes, you talk about Barry Windham.
Yeah.
Orton is definitely in that class as a natural in the professional wrestling business. I think he's become that guy, though, that is willing to work with the upper mid card and maybe the younger talent. Kevin Owens isn't necessarily young, but the younger talent, like he has worked with the Logan Pauls and those sort of people. What do you think that says about Orton, who he could probably just go home and tell everyone to pound sand? He chooses to come to work.
Well,
Oh, and by the way, he's 290 pounds these days and looks like he's chiseled out of granite. So your thoughts, man, on Randy Orton.
So Orton is a statuesque statuesque male human. So when he walks in, he's noticed. He has his own presence and owns his own area and category and whatever. So, it may not be as big as some of the others, but it is huge, right? So I think that he is in a place in his life too that he loves the business, and he probably still wants to do it, but with the understanding, knowing what's going on and where he may be going, and knowing that he has all of this behind him and what he may have forward, not forever in the future of wrestling in the ring. I think that him dancing around with a few things is very honorable. I think it's classy, and throwing yourself in the he's still 10 times more usable than a lot of people that just haven't been around and just happen to pop in, right? So there's some definite I would say collateral with him. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, Randy Orton has been one of my favorites for a very long time, and my favorite Orton era was when he was like serial killer Randy Orton, where he went around punting everybody, because he made it look so vicious. But again, such a natural talent. And somebody asked, Julius Cairo, yes, sir. Orton himself has said he weighs 290 pounds. I didn't say he weighed 290, like I'm
Oh,
guessing. He has said he weighs 290. Human growth hormone is a real thing.
it is.
But I mean, he is legit a big, strong man. But as he showed yesterday when he hit that RKO, despite the muscle mass he's put on, Madusa, he's still very agile at 45 years old.
Yeah.
And like you said, kind of
See,
like an
he's still
AJ
young though
Styles.
at 45. To me, that's still young. I
Yeah,
think.
like an AJ Styles, though.
Yeah.
Very young, very usable. As
Yeah.
long as they can stay healthy, they can help bring along the younger talent. Things that they can do, the younger talent need to know: how to sell, how to register, how to connect with the audience, how to
Mm.
become that person you absolutely despise or 100% adore without sounding like I need to throw up after your promo, Cody. But anyway, we'll get
Oh,
there in a
shut up.
second. Oh, you knew it was coming because he
I
didn't do that.
fuck, here we go. God
Here we
damn.
go. We got to fight about something.
Okay, no,
Um,
here, let's walk into this men's elimination chamber, yo-ho.
the men's elimination chamber, I thought was very good for what it was.
Mm.
I think there were way too many plates in the air, so to speak, for it not to ever end the way it did.
No, but it
And
set up a lot of things and a lot of wows, and I felt like it was new ingredients. I felt it was new seasoning, like you wouldn't expect that type of thing. To me, I liked it. It was saucy, it was spicy and saucy. And I love new, and I love unpredictableness. And so, I mean, if we're gonna mix it up and, throw kernels in the damn pan, let it pop. Right? And I feel like that's exactly what it did.
yeah, I thought they did a really nice job with the story last night. You've got six very capable workers, even at their ages. No offense to Cena and Punk, but they're much older than the other guys in the ring, being
Mm.
Rollins, McIntyre, Paul, and oh shoot, I just lost it. Paul and
Paul Logan, what?
no, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, John Cena. I just lost who the other guy in the ring was. But anyway, somebody help me out in the chat.
Oh, The Rock, Cody. Oh, we're getting to
No,
that.
no, not the Rock, Cody. We're getting there. Oh, Damian Priest. Thank you.
Damian Priest.
I did not mean to do that to Damian Priest because obviously he and McIntyre are going to have some fun together, and that works for me.
Me too.
I think we're also going to see some more with Rollins and Punk based on
How
how
did
that
you like
ended.
that? Here's my thing on that whole thing. I thought it was so kudos to the men that laid down and let the men pin them. I want to say thank you for being a worker. And it's called building a story. And who knows what happened behind the scenes, but it sure showed on that mat that y'all were working together. So I thought, fuck, this is so good. Whatever this mix was, it was amazing. And I loved how when so how did it go? John defeated. No, who pinned?
Cena Cena made Punk tap out after Rollins hit him with the curb stomp, and he
Okay,
didn't
yeah,
tap
and
out;
then
he
Punk,
actually passed out.
Punk
Punk
pinned
lost,
Seth.
but Punk pinned Seth. Punk pinned Seth.
Get your
Seth
face
cost.
back up here.
Okay, Punk pinned Seth.
Yes.
Seth cost Punk the match because he hit the curb stomp. John
Okay.
Cena immediately jumped on him, hit him with the
Yep.
STFU, not the Masahiro Chono STF, and went ahead and won the match.
It was so good.
It was so good. It was. And
Who
the
pinned
thing is,
Damian Priest?
Damian Priest was pinned by, was it Rollins?
It was Punk. No.
McIntyre cost it, and then he got
Yes.
pinned. And it might have been Paul. Paul gets pinned by Punk.
But
So
anyway, it was so well done. I just thought, God, this is nice. I was surprised that, Rollins laid down for Punk.
I was not, and
Really?
here's why. The money match is Punk versus Rollins, but I
Yeah.
really think the money match is Punk versus Roman. So somehow Roman is going to get back involved in this because there's no
Did
way.
you see how he stopped him?
Who?
Roman stopped Punk from going out, and he let what's his name go in? The redheaded beard guy? What was
Oh,
his name?
Sammy back at the last one. Yeah. But that was at Survivor Series at the War Games.
Yeah.
This in Elimination Chamber, Roman isn't there. He gets his schedule. But
I know,
I
but what he
imagine,
did to Punk at that time is like telling a story.
yes. They have the story, and they have the interaction from the Rumble where you get the double curb stomp. Punk eliminates both Roman and Rollins. Then Punk gets eliminated by Logan Paul. They've got a lot of different ways they can go with this. My thought process is the money is in Paul versus Punk, Punk versus Rollins, Rollins versus Roman. My point is that's a lot of main event level matches, Madusa, they can play with. And if
Yeah.
you want to get real stupid, just put all four of them in the ring together at WrestleMania. Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
God, that would be good.
Not that I'm a fan of multi-man
No,
matches.
I hate those 4 ways, but that would be a dynamite match.
But that would get it because all of them have been in each other's shit, for like the last 6 months or whatever, or more. And we are getting
but
blown
my
up.
boy Damian Priest, we can't forget about him.
No, but he's going to end up with Drew, and that's a good spot for him because
those two would be good together.
The problem is with Priest, I think, was he was great in the chase for the title, when he wasn't but when he became the champ, it seemed like there was a letdown.
Oh,
just my
it died.
opinion.
It's kind of like the Cargill thing.
Yeah.
But a men's version.
So you think when she made her debut, she was hot, but then once we saw her too much, she kind of died off.
Same with Damian Priest when he did that run chant. Yep, same. Yeah, I feel like, but now I hope he can do the same thing that Cargill is on the hot, track about. You want to move forward to your favorite, Cody Rhodes?
We are on the main topic. John Cena turns heel for the first time since 2004. But a couple things. Look at him and your boy. Ugh, gross. Ugh.
Yes. CM Punk's my man. Yeah.
And there, look at that face though. I love it because these are the things you don't see watching it live, but when you get to digest everything.
Yeah.
Curb stomp, jumps on him, the STFU. He's gonna pass out. Okay, so let's get to Cody, the Codester. Of course, The Rock has said that he wants Cody's soul, which, by the way, contemporary of yours, Mark Calloway, should take exception to, because the only person stealing souls was The Undertaker.
Yeah.
But that is gimmick infringement, Dwayne. But anyway, he wants Cody's soul. Cody acts shook. Then he has this weight belt on SmackDown that he puts Dusty's death date on and says that's, and I mean,
that was brutal, man. This
Oh,
is
it
the date of your daddy's death.
yeah, your daddy's death. I mean, that was bad. So, of course, here comes Cody after the match. Cena's in the ring. Red herring, folks. Cena in the ring, jumping on top of CM Punk after the curb stomp, not letting him recover, was the first clue for me. When he stayed in the ring, I said, "Oh shit, it ain't Punk, it ain't Cody, it's
No.
Cena." I'm not a super
Yeah.
genius. I just knew that when Cena did not leave the ring, the shit was going to hit the fan. So Cody says, "My soul belongs to this wrestling ring and these fans. Go fuck yourself, Rock." I want to stop right there because I got a little press. You and I use that word like it's a comma. We don't care. But when someone like Cody Rhodes, the superhero, the man of the people, he's the baby face. When he says something like that, it really matters. Madusa, how important was it for Cody to just beat his chest, to stand up to the Rock, to make this story work?
Well, number one, I don't think, and it hasn't been portrayed this way, nor has it been let to happen, especially on television in character form, let alone probably backstage, that building this bloodline, it could go on forever. You and I have talked at ad nauseum that each character is part of a bloodline that you procreates and have 10 more, and it could go on forever for whatever. But when The Rock steps in and around, and him being, part of this, and, part of big, creative control, I'm sure he thought long and hard, about the positioning and, this whole angle and building up to this. And I, I I do believe that they listen to the noise to find out which way the fans are going. And I'm not saying that's how they write it, but I'm sure that's how we operate in the ring a lot is, knowing, doing the comeback, stopping it, doing the comeback, stopping it type of thing. And a lot of it is, the feeling and motioning with the fans sometimes, right? Egging the fans on, keep on getting them shit. And that's exactly what Dwayne did. So Dwayne doing his thing, you know what I mean? Giving him the signal was amazing. Of course, they all worked it out, rehearsed it, whatever. But I thought it was some really good, true acting on Dwayne's part, and especially John. I saw another side of John, which I don't know him personally, but knowing him and seeing him in some of his movies, and then him in the ring and his character, um, I thought it was phenomenal. I thought he did a great job, and now a lot of people are paralleling, correlating it too. What's that picture I sent you when the whole thing changed, and I said history change, repeats itself. So you know, I this is equivalent to this. So I mean, I think that building Cody as one of the biggest baby faces is we're going to need that baby face in the business, continuously until that one big swerve turn, whenever that happens back with Cody or whatever. But I think Cody sending a message and him, having those brass balls per se and saying, "Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself." Right away. I went on the WWE timeline and I typed it, but I didn't send it. It just sat there like until the next day. I forgot to send it. And I said, "Hey," in parentheses, I put, "Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself." And I put, "Where's the t-shirt button?" You know what I mean? And like, that's going to be a great t-shirt. "Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself. Cody," whatever. So, I mean, that would be so good. So him actually saying that on television for the first time as his stature, I think it set a precedence of who he is, where he stands, what he will not tolerate, in his own, what he in his own big brain, what he thinks is right and not. And I commend him, and I think that um he pushes the situation to a new level. But we need other people to help each other egg that on. So I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, so for me, I love the WWE's production. It's
Oh my
next
god.
level
They're getting so powerful again, like, with that whole production. It's insane.
right here. There it is.
That
That face is going to be all over the place, but you know what I'm saying? They don't miss the shot, Madusa.
I know.
It's so good. They are so the WWE, whether you hate Vince McMahon or not, one of the legacies of Vincent Kennedy McMahon will always be the production of professional wrestling.
Yes.
Because they did it better than everybody 30 years ago. And like you've said, between all the technology we have now, the new screens, the pictures, the 4 or the 8K, the drones, all of this sort of stuff, and absent of Kevin Dunn doing his stupid camera cuts, we have a really well done, well thought out, well constructed product with WWE.
Mm,
They got the shot last month we talked about with Roman looking over
mhm.
Seth's shoulder with that look on Seth's face. And this month you get Cody and John. John looks
Look
at
at that.
Rock. Rock gives him the signal that you talked about.
Mhm.
And then the beatdown ensues. And when did you ever think you'd see images like this
Not those
or,
2.
or this?
Look at that.
Standing on Cody's head with Travis Scott, as Eddie Prather so accurately pointed out, playing the role of Dennis the Worm Rodman in the back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cena with the belt. And end credits the show Cody Soul, Travis Scott, John Cena.
But you know what I
Um,
liked about the dough? He reached down, took his blood, and wiped it on that belt. That's gonna be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
yeah, so they're very smart that way as well. The violence of the beatdown, I think, was necessary for the sympathy on Cody.
Didn't you feel
I
like this television show, this whole chamber, it was more hard hitting, more real in every aspect, even Cargill walking out. Remember I was talking to you about Tiffy Time and the whole see, it's this stuff I like. The realism. I mean, I am that person. I just want to go out there and kick your fucking ass. You know? I just not this, but this and make it look real.
Well, and here's a couple things I want your opinion on. First, the violence aspect of this attack.
I
I
think it's
think that
okay.
I think it does two things. Obviously, you're going to get sympathy on Cody,
Mhm.
but you're also going to get pure, unadulterated hatred for Cena, and even more so for The Rock, because
That's the
he's
whole
the guy
idea. They needed to
behind
do that. Otherwise, there could people are gonna keep let's see if this happens, and I really hope it does, then Cena and Dwayne did their job. If they continue to do this and not be the nice guys and just come back and cut some funny promos, whatever, if they can keep on television to keep being these dicks, they're going to be that situation when that whole NWO and the fucking Hogan and them came out and everybody was throwing garbage cans, bottles of beer. I mean, dude, it came down when the hate came in, you know? And I can only hope that if they can create that, because you haven't seen that in WWE, right? You just got a lot of fans chanting people's one-liners and they're just rocking it and having fun. I want the realism from the freaking crowd and the hatred so bad. You know what I mean? If they can implement that, if they can create that, we're onto something. Not just a one night wonder shot of that. I want to see that continued. That to me is going to show me as a spectator how deep and that they're into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I believe that the other thing that this serves, well, there's a couple things it serves. People have been pining for John Cena to turn heel for 20 years
He the
because
best thing he can do is come back and get rid of them fucking clothes and come
because it
back
was
a whole new goddamn dude.
because it was Super Cena, Cena sucks, blah blah blah. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But John Cena, and I've made this point to several people who've already heard it that are joined us tonight, but John Cena is the face of a generation of wrestling, of a attitude of or not an attitude, an era of wrestling. So if you go in the WWE, you got the Bruno era, WWF with Vince Sr. You've got the Hogan Golden era, Austin's the Attitude era. A couple guys make up the Ruthless Aggression era, but it wasn't as meaningful, I don't believe. Cena is the PG era.
Yes.
That's his era. And now currently we have the Roman era. In my opinion, it's Roman's era. However, the Netflix era could become Cody Rhodes' era. My point is there are 4 or 5 wrestlers that transcend all things and become the face of the era. Nobody cares about the new generation, Julius.
Fuck you, that was me, asshole.
But it was Shawn Michaels. See, I told you guys she calls me an asshole, but it was Shawn Michaels was the face of the new
God
generation.
damn it, Digi. No, just kidding.
But my point was there's 4 or 5 guys in WWE and in wrestling history that have made such a mark, because it's not that Undertaker wasn't important, or Kurt Angle, or Madusa, or any of these other people aren't important. But when you are the clear heads and shoulders above everybody else, because Macho Man was a contemporary to Hogan, but nobody calls it the Macho era. It's
No,
the Hogan era. It's
exactly.
the Golden era. So, and Macho Man was great, but he wasn't.
But he
Hulk
was
Hogan.
under the umbrella of Hogan, period.
Correct. Same with Austin. They don't call it the Rock era for Attitude era. It's the Austin era. But Austin couldn't have enjoyed the success he did without The Rock. So it does go hand in hand. But my point is 4 or 5 generational talents, Cena being one of them. It's undeniable. He was the face of the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Tell this story very simply, in my opinion. I want championship number 17. There's some shithead who's walked into my company because of who his daddy was and thinks that he can do what I did. And my name's John Cena and his isn't. And I was the face of this company for 20 years and I'm winning that championship. And if I have to sell my soul to The Rock to do it, I'm going to do it, because The Rock and I built this company, not Cody Rhodes. And that's it. That's all you have to do.
And here's a new gen. Now, this is really nice, though. They need to keep the heat. They need to keep this going and keep what you just said going under that pretense, right? So, and they keep building it up, knock them down, keep building up, and this will become, with their help, the Cody era, along probably with the split, the Bloodline era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for me, from 15 on,
because now there's enough room for both.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But I also think turning Cena heel gives Cody the mountain to climb, because you don't want a white meat babyface versus the perennial babyface in John Cena. And the other thing it does is John Cena can now be serious, not the hokey, not the you can't see me, none of that stuff. John Cena can be asshole John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was in 2003. I went and watched him wrestle Taker. 2003, the Pepsi Center, Denver, Colorado, at Vengeance was the pay-per-view. John Cena gave Undertaker all he wanted. He was a full-blown heel. Fans turned John Cena babyface, and then they chewed him up and they spit him out when he became PG Cena. But I think this benefits all parties, Madusa. What do you think? The Cena turn as a whole, what do you think it does for
I think it's due.
and the match?
I think it's due. I'm ready for it. And then again, for him to gracefully do what he's going to do, and he'll probably bow out, and whatever that takes. I think he's here for as long as it takes for that to happen. I know it's not going to be a long time, but I think they're going to push it and do what they need to do. And so he can, gracefully, bow out and say thank you. And then intermittently show up, again, it's, if he leaves and he comes back and he still has to do this to keep building it, I don't think it doesn't matter so much the presence of in-ring wrestling anymore for retirees or legends. I think that the magic of a legend, a Hall of Famer, or someone that's retired they don't have to they don't have to wrestle. You know, you should be able to come out, you can cut a promo, you can create havoc, you can be that character or whatever it is, and you can be as much as you possibly can be and build and create as much as somebody flopping around in the fucking ring. You know, look at Paul Heyman, for Christ's sake. You know, once in a while you can give a kick or maybe take one, but it doesn't mean you have to wrestle. There is more power in the the mouth. Shut up, everybody. But there is, and how much hot air it comes out of there, right? Sometimes little is everything. You know what I mean? Saying less sometimes is more. So, depending on whatever that character is, yeah, I think it can be done.
Well, and I don't say this because you're the co-host, but Heenan had the same type of policy as Heyman did.
Oh,
As you're the host of the show, and I'm your co-host, your producer, whatever. That's what I meant
whatever.
to say. But
You're
bottom line
you're
is,
my
I don't
red.
say this because you're here. Um,
Okay, that's good. I don't need smoke.
Only a few people ever got to put their hands on Paul Heyman. Only a few people ever got to put their hands on Paul Heyman. You were one of them. I'm just making your point. You were one of them. The Bloodline was one of them. Several, you know, my point, Undertaker, my point is, Paul isn't somebody that's going to get beat up every week.
No.
It's special when you actually get to be physical because, like you just said,
yes,
the story doesn't require Paul Heyman to get his ass kicked by Madusa. The story required Paul Heyman to say, "You're a woman, and I'm a man," and then you kicked his head off. But the whole point was he sold everybody in the building that he deserved his ass kicked, and he never threw a punch at you. And he never got physical, never got involved. Did the same thing with the Bloodline. But I know we need to wrap up. Madusa's traveling tomorrow. So I have two fun things, and we'll go ahead and get on out of here.
Okay.
First
what do you got?
I've got three things. But the first thing, you asked for the picture. You sent it to me, and I had seen it because we follow the same man.
Okay.
This is the equivalent to this. The Cena turn equals the NWO.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
Do you believe it does?
Well, I don't know if I really believe, but I feel that there's some type of relevance. I mean, I believe that there is some type of common denominator there of the change, right? I'm not saying it's exactly, but you can feel that, right? You can feel that motion happening. How's that?
No, that's very good. My thought would be that the similarities are you take a huge baby face, you turn him heel, and you get another run with him. That's what they've successfully done with Cena. I don't think this will be the industry changing NWO because we know Cena. This is Cena's last year. It's been very public, very announced. Triple H said he can go out however he wants. But I think it will be a very fun ride. So
I think he might like it so much he might extend it a little bit being a heel.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Do you know what John Cena did before the show? Before Elimination Chamber?
He ate a steak?
Probably, but he also granted a bunch of Make-A-Wishes to Make-A-Wish kids.
Oh.
He is the #1 wish granter in the history of that foundation.
Really?
So for my money, he deserves to be the 17-time world champion.
Yeah.
But last night when he sold his soul to The Rock, this is what the internet did.
That is so good. I'm telling you, that's the t-shirt. So that's his t-shirt. Cody's is no, that's a fucking t-shirt. I want send me that picture. Dude, I'm gonna make a t-shirt out of that.
So I didn't do it, but the internet did.
It should say "Make my wish." Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Yeah. But even up to like I joke about the "fuck them kids" line, but even up to the pay-per-view, he was granting Make-A-Wishes, playing the baby face. There was no indicator that he was going to do what he did with The Rock.
No, it was perfect. It
Oh, it's
needs
so
to be
good.
a T-shirt. Listen to this. Can I tell you guys something? Don't underestimate WWE when it comes to marketing at all. Can I tell you something that they did not let out of the bag until I got there? So in 2015, when I was inducted into the Hall of Fame, I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to get a deal and get all this and da 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 da. I didn't even know I was going to get a T-shirt, a Hall of Fame T-shirt, right? So when I got there, I was just thought it was really cool. I was so full of gratitude, da da da, and they're like, "Hey, Deuce, did you?" Or a lot of people still call me Deuce, but hey, Blaze, did you see your Hall of Fame T-shirt? And I go, "What are you talking about? My Hall of Fame T-shirt?" They go, "Yeah, WWE made a bunch." I'm like, well, I didn't know. Really? Oh, that's sweet. So I was just thinking, congratulations, Blaze, or whatever. Those mother effers like were the kings of marketing back then. Like I still think is one of their best t-shirts. Anyway, it should have been on a black one though. But anyway, it was a picture in the front with the biggest tin trash can with the belt hanging over the side. My title that I had. And on the back, it said Alundra Blaze and then all my accolades. And it was, finisher, German suplex, the debut. And I was like, this is the best damn t shirt ever, ever, ever. So, dude, I do not put anything past them. That would be the best marketing thing they could do. Yeah, a
Well, like
Topps
I said,
card would be good too. Yeah.
it was hilarious to be. One last thing, because he always comes up somehow.
Who?
Um, your old pal, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, was day drinking today,
He was
and
in the internet today?
yeah, he was on the internet, which is why I assume he was day drinking. Here we
Oh
go.
God. What
It's been 20
happened?
it's been 25 years since I won my last 16th world championship according to WWE. Blood, sweat and tears exclamation point. Harley Race, Bruiser Brody, Terry Funk, Dusty Rhodes, Bret Hart, Undertaker, Rick Steamboat. The list is endless of world-class opponents, unparalleled. My 1984 schedule has actually been called impossible to perform 60 and 90-minute matches. Let's get serious. John, I love you and respect you, but you ain't taking nothing from Cody Rhodes. If I have to fight my way through security to hit the ring, I'll take the day off, blood thinners. Let's fucking go. Let's do this.
So
So,
anything to get himself back in the limelight.
Nate has been having the kamikazes again at the bar, apparently, because he thinks his 76-year-old ass could even hang with John Cena, or that Triple H would let him near this wrestling product. He's out of his mind. I understand that Ashley will be wrestling at WrestleMania. I
Mhm.
don't think Nate will be invited to the show.
You don't think? Why not?
No, because he can't control himself. He absolutely can't control himself. They'll have to ask him to leave.
If they put him in a cage, a fucking bird cage in a suite, he'll be fine.
Bird cage in a
Can
suite.
somebody do a meme with Ric Flair in a bird cage in a suite with alcohol? That'd be
I
perfect.
just came across it and I was like, this son of a bitch. I mean, it's been 24 hours and he just
He's already putting himself in the mix.
yeah, and the thing is, nobody wants to hear or see from Nature Boy Ric Flair anymore. Let us remember you the way you were, not the way you are, sir, as wrestling fans.
Oh.
Please and thank you. Because you are a garbage human being these days. I said it, not Madusa.
Wow.
Oh, I don't like Flair. Absolutely don't like Flair.
But you don't like
And
his antics on his personal
antics,
life and what he's been doing.
the way he treats people,
Mm.
and the way that he conducts himself business wise. Not a fan of Flair at all. Certainly would love the Chi-Town Rumble match 1989 with Steamboat and the I
Yeah.
Quit match with Funk and that sort of stuff. The Royal Rumble 92. Let us
Ricky
have
Steamboat is an unsung hero. I mean, like, he doesn't get enough praise either. He don't.
my point is let
He
us
was
have our
very
memory.
methodical for us. I mean, he was good. Let me
Oh,
tell you about that guy in psychology and working because I had the opportunity. I was like, I'm in your ring working with you, bud. Oh my God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I thought the world of Ricky. Ricky was really a great worker.
we'll share it because we have a minute and that's it.
What?
Um, you can tell us. I know the story.
What?
Dangerous Alliance, Ricky Steamboat hits Madusa.
He did. He slapped me. Can we do well on our next one? Let's open up with that. Let's open up
Yeah,
with that match.
we'll do it
Okay.
because Medusa's getting involved, getting up in his business, and he accidentally hit her. And babyface Ricky Steamboat, who never worked heel,
He was
never
scared to death.
worked heel, scared to death to lay a hand on Medusa.
He did not want
Um,
to.
no. Anyway, guys, this has been fun, but Madusa has a early morning flight. I think she, in her Allen imitation, said 3 in the morning. It's too fucking early, Deborah.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Yes.
but she also has a couple things to do, get packed up. So we're going to cut this one short. We'll be back in a couple weeks. I will be traveling, as will Madusa. She's going to get on a boat, and I'm going to go actually to her neck of the woods. And guess what? We're going to be ships passing each other in
I
the middle of the
know.
night.
We're gonna
So,
have to. We will definitely get together and hang out because you're my bro from another mother. And thank you again. And I just want a big shout out to all my Twitch people. We're gonna be twitching again. Marcus and Digi are working together to finish this video. And once we get that all newness coming together, we're going to Twitch again. So we're just because I just don't want to come back and just have old shit again. I like newness, kind of like this platform here. What, Red? What?
yep. And next week, or next time, excuse me, thanks to her mods, particularly Winter, we're
Yes.
going to be talking about Richard Chase in depth.
Oh,
Serial
God.
killer and one of
Yep.
the people that is responsible for the foundation of the behavioral science unit. So we certainly appreciate Winter's help. And for now, guys, we'll see you later.
See you next time. Till next time. Till next time. Passing ships through the night. Red, my man, my producer. Thank you, brother. And all you guys, thanks for tuning in every time. We love your comments. Keep them coming. Don't be shy. Tell us what you really feel, bitches.